Hi everybody, welcome to the Handmade Urban Homestead. I'm doing a quick video class on how to start your sourdough starter that is dehydrated. So this is my 100-year-old Kodiak sourdough. It's going to get transferred into a jar and I'll show you guys how to do that too. But we are going to take your 100-year-old dehydrated Kodiak sourdough starter. We're going to take a clean glass jar and now I eyeball everything, so excuse me. I'm just going to take it out of my big reserve bag. One second. Oh, ow. Don't use your surgery hand. Alright. I'm going to take a tablespoon of the starter, put it into a clean jar. This was a clean spoon, and this is my own reserve. Yes, I keep a lot on hand because sometimes, like when I have surgery or too many babies are being born on the farm or something, I don't have enough time to feed it. Now I'm going to take 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to pour 1/4 of a cup of warm water in. And I'm going to let it sit for an hour to start dissolving and breaking down. Now we are going to transfer my sourdough into a new jar and I'll show you how to feed. Alright, here's my second clean jar. I like wide mouth, it makes it easier to clean and pour out of. So, clean spoon down. Alright, this is how much I want to put in, about 1/4 of a cup, or you can do it 2 tablespoons. It's nice and soury, it's very liquidy. I'm going to heavy feed it and give it a little bit of humidity. Let me go grab the flour. Alright, so I have my flour and I eyeball everything, so excuse me. But generally you want to do equal ratios of starter to flour to liquid in weight. I just eyeball it because that's just how I roll, unfortunately. Now, added a good amount of flour. I'll put my spoon in here. Start stirring it a little. It's gonna need some water. Use warm distilled water. Yes, I've used city water. So I'm stirring it up. I want it to be a thick batter consistency. So that just means it has more flour than water in it. Kind of like a thick brownie or pancake batter. So it's very thick, as you can tell. Now that it's been fed, I am going to put my spoon down and I'm going to put my covers that I make over the top. Oh, goodness. It protects your sourdough from anything falling into it or bugs or anything getting into it. And it allows it to breathe. so air can flow through here and nothing can come in. And now we're gonna stick this in a warm spot and let it cure. Okay, so it's been about an hour and a half since I started letting this soak. I'm stirring it up, letting it get all kinds of dissolved and mixed in. Now I'm going to add flour into this until it is a thick pancake consistency. You can use a wooden spoon to stir this. You can use a metal spoon. None of it makes a difference as long as they are clean. Oh, I'm trying to do this. Now this is a thick consistency. I'm going to add a little bit more water. It's a little too thick. There we go. Much better. Just a little tiny water makes a big difference. Now I can stir it very well. Knocking the spoon off. Now I'm going to cover this with a cover. No, Caitlin, you cannot watch TV right now. Oh, I don't have a spare there. Here we go. Here's my spare. Now I'm going to put the cover over it. This is a clean cover because I just washed it. And nothing can get in there. Once again, it's nice and sealed. And I'm going to put this in a warm spot and clean up my mess. And I will show you in the morning after it has cured or activated. And we'll feed it again. So this is our starter that we started from scratch with the dehydrated sourdough starter. It's been 24 hours. I'm going to discard and feed it because I'm going to take a look. So you can see the water on top, but there are bubbles. So we're going to dump some out. Leave about a tablespoon left in the jar and feed and water it. Alright, discarded some. Now you want to feed it about the same as last time. 1/4 of a cup of flour, and then warm water to the point of being like thick batter. So now it's thick batter. I'm going to put my lid on it. And put it in a warm place and wait 24 hours. So we just went through the first 24 hours. We'll come back at 48 hours. It's been 12 hours since our last feeding. And I'm going to show you. Now it's active. It's doubled in size. You see those big pockets of air, gas from it growing. We'll feed it a little bit later and continue doing this. Here's my huge jar. I doubled it. I only left maybe 3 tablespoons of starter in that half gallon, and I plan on doing some baking, so this is my big jar of starter, and it's active. The starter that we started at the very beginning of this video is activated now, so we're going to feed it, and I'm going to smell it, see if it smells. It's not sour yet, but it is bubbly. So you can see all the bubbles in there. So I'm going to feed it again. I just love the look of that. Look at that. So active. So I'm going to feed it again. I'll just feed it right now. I'm just doing a... My drawer got stuck. There. Grab a little bit of water and stir it in. Now this is a heavy feeding when you do low humidity, high feeding. And I get a really good result with getting it started. Yes, I know I didn't discard because there's not that much. There's not that much, so it's nice and doughy again. I'm gonna scrape the sides up real quick. It's real sticky and stretchy too, so that's a good sign. And it's only, we're into our 3rd day of starting it, so that's really great. In a couple more days, we'll start getting that nice sourdough smell. The 100-year-old Kodiak has a beautiful sour smell to it. It does not smell like vinegar. I have another starter that I bought, and I do not know why, but that's why I'm using it for a baking project. It has a strong vinegar smell, but it's activated, and I kind of use it for things that I want that vinegar flavor to. That's pretty much it. Like, I'm gonna make some sourdough chips out of that stuff, so that's why I made a whole bunch of starter for it. And then I use my 100-year-old Kodiaks to make bread with. So we will come back and check out this jar since we fed it halfway at 12 hours now after the last feeding. And you'll see how it will rise, and then they'll rise and fall. So you'll know they rise because you'll end up with a solid line all the way around. Like this one. It's starting to fall because I keep on tapping it down. But I'm not worried because I'll be doing a lot of baking today. Had my stitches removed. Woohoo! What were you microwaving?
Your food.
My food. You know what? So I hope this video helps. I have a few more little tips to give you, and then the video will be over, and you guys can have fun bringing your sourdough back to life from being dehydrated. Now, it depends on your climate. If you're a humid climate or a really dry climate, you are going to want to balance your water ratio for your flour and your sourdough starter. Now, I always tell people when they go to start doing this, make it thick pancake batter. Make it like brownie batter, thick. Like, we want it thick to get it started because it's gonna be happier. And always make sure you have a breathable top. You could do a mason jar lid with it lightly unscrewed. Unfortunately, I have houseplants, and sometimes we get those silly little fungus gnats, so I'd like to not have them in my sourdough starter because it ruins the whole starter, and you'd have to start all over. So I made those fabric top ones. You can find those in my Etsy shop. Once I get them listed, they'll be in a while, like probably another week or two. Still healing, still have to make more stuff for the Etsy shop. It's empty at the moment, but the sourdough starter kits will be in there, and so will just the starter if you're not a big fan of how the sourdough starter kit looks. But there will be more videos to this. It'll end up being like a series of the sourdough saga. And I will show you how I use sourdough here up in Alaska. I wish you guys a wonderful day.